Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in the head.
So, welcome to Paul G's Corner. This is a podcast where not just anyone gets a voice anymore. Used to be, yeah, sure. If you had a pulse and a pitch, you were in. But now, the bar's higher. I'm looking for the weird, the sharp, the kind of stories that stick to you after the episode ends. And yes, we still dive into the stuff most people overlook, fringe ideas, offbeat lives, professions that skip past the spotlight. And yeah, there's still a line of interesting people waiting to tell their tale. But sometimes they get bumped for something strange, louder, or just more unexpected. And as you know, I started this show because I like to talk to everybody, and you know that I do. And that Andrea keeps putting me in timeout in the corner, so I figured if I'm going to be here, I might as well make it mine. Welcome to Paul G's Corner. So, as we know, oh my gosh, I just killed my audio. Oh man, I am just batting 1,000 today. We're having all kinds of technical issues. Yay for us, right? And so my guest tonight has seen the American dream shrink-wrapped, upcharged, and delivered late. So Micco worked the delivery game, watched billions of dollars in apps, billion-dollar apps steal it, call it base pay, and punish drivers for being human. Then she tried to build her own business only to get scammed out of a bunch of cash by crooks who turned her app, One Fat Frog, into looking more like a buffet of lies. Now, lies or flies? I think flies would be more interesting, but I don't know. Most folks say you shouldn't quit, and she didn't. She got mad, got loud, and started a movement to take the money, the power back from the apps that hijacked it. So she's proof that when the system screws you, you can still bite back. Micco, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much, Paul.
The crazy intros I come up with, isn't it?
No, I love it. I love it. Thank you. I need to kind of steal that from you so I can put it on my channel.
There's no surcharge. Go ahead. So you tell us your story. You started out doing what, and then somebody came in and took it from you?
Yeah, pretty much what it is. I've been a merchant on both DoorDash and Uber Eats. I've been a delivery driver for 18 years, and I've been a once in a while customer. And my story is kind of like 3 reasons or 3 parts why I started something to help all customers, drivers, and merchants. Now, restaurant owners who are called merchants, or retailers or grocery stores who are called merchants, they actually are on these third-party delivery apps to pretty much gain visibility, right? Because they want more orders. They may not get a lot of orders with walk-ins, dining in, or picking up. So, we get on these delivery apps to have our items delivered.
Yeah, it's always I've thought about this, and I'm like, I guess the restaurants are making money, but I know for a fact that because there's one guy, I don't know, his published Uber Eats, for example, menu is about $4 higher than if you went and picked it up yourself.
Oh, I'm going to tell you the reasons why.
I figured it's like they're surcharging the crap out of this guy for him to charge an extra $4 on his menu, because the restaurants don't see any of the other fees that are involved.
Well, this is the thing. So I think DoorDash probably been out for 12 years, and maybe Uber Eats been out maybe about 11 to 10 years. So basically what it is, if you're a restaurant and you want to have more orders come to your restaurant, you get with these delivery apps to have your items delivered. And what it was then, you would pay like 30% per commission, right? Per order. I'm sorry, you'll pay a commission of 30% per order. Now, if you're just getting started, you're a no name like me. I was a ghost kitchen. I started out as a ghost kitchen on these platforms. And of course, I'm not pumping out 10 to 25 orders per hour, right? So I need the visibility.
Yeah.
I need to be on a platform so someone can get to know me and order my items. Now, the 30% that you pay per order, you probably think, oh, that's great because I don't have to worry about the drivers, the hire.
It doesn't sound great. I've watched enough. Oh man, I've watched enough of those bar makeover things and things like that to know that your profit margin's barely that.
Oh my gosh. So this is the thing. Now, if they charge you 30%, now you have to, every item on your menu has to be 30% because you figure if you're giving them 30% per order, now everything on your menu jumps 30%. But guess what? When people came to place orders with you or dine in or pick up, they bought 2 cheeseburgers, 2 drinks, and 2 Cokes or whatever, 2 fries and 2 Cokes. Now, because your menu items are 30% and more, they're buying 1 cheeseburger, 2 slices.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, it's just the way it is. Yeah. And it's like saying no tipping. Your tip's built into the menu price. No, thank you. Because that's killing the restaurant. A lot of people don't understand the fiduciary portion of being in retail. They think, well, they're charging $85 for this. They need to charge $65. Well, they can't because by the time, you have to pay the distributors. It just goes deeper than that. Your plastic forks are all made in China. You got to put a tariff on it now.
Right. Well, not only that, over the years, so just think if you were a merchant that started day one with DoorDash or day one with Uber Eats and Grubhub, and that's the thing too, merchants need to look at their monthly payouts because you get paid weekly. But by the time you pay for every commission on every order, by the time you pay for promotions, by the time you get these late fees, because now they're really like going at it with the restaurants for being late. Well, the restaurants are late because they're understaffed. The gig apps killed that. And when I say gig apps, I'm talking about the third-party delivery apps.
Yeah.
You have where these owners, operators, they only really have like one person. If you go in Subway right now to a Subway location, it's one person,
maybe
working
2
on the line, maybe 2.
Yeah.
But it's one person working. You have walk-ins, you have third-party orders coming in, and they expect for you to pump that out by yourself. Are you joking?
Yeah. And people are getting paid minimum wage or close to it, aren't really, they're not there for to earn that giant paycheck, because there is no giant paycheck. They're there because they either need a part-time job. Yeah. Or they just need a job and any money will do, or they don't care. And this is easy. And all they have to do is show up, do their job and leave and not have to think about it again. There's so many different mindsets behind each employee that's working there. So you never know what if they had a bad day that day, your customer's going to suffer. If they had a great day, your customer might win because they might put extra pickles on there, causing your food costs to go up.
Well, wait a minute, Paul. I want to tell you this. These customers who ordered through the delivery apps, they're not the restaurant customers. They're DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub customers.
Yeah.
They're not, I don't care how many you can support. You can go through these gig apps and place your order for these restaurants 3 times a day, 4 times a day. You are still not the restaurant customer.
Yeah. You're a customer of Grubhub, who is a middleman and takes a bunch of your. The thing about it is the delivery charge to have somebody bring you something is what it can be upwards $15.
Well, it depends, right? So on my channel, No Customers, No Business, what I try to do is educate customers, drivers, and merchants. So really with the customers, what I want, if you're listening right now or you catch this on replay, I really need you to stop using the delivery apps and start supporting the restaurants directly. It's a few things with that. The reason why I'm saying that. Well, if you support the restaurant directly, they get all of the money, not
Right.
just, 30% missing from that. And then you as a customer can be able to use your rewards and your perks. When you're using the delivery apps, the two systems doesn't communicate. And I'm not trying to put a win on, the gig apps to become creative and create this. They haven't done it in 12 years. I highly doubt they're going to go ahead and do it now.
Yeah, they don't care.
But yeah, they don't care. So if the customers support the restaurant directly and then use their perks and rewards, sometimes you can get delivery for free. It depends. But overall, you're paying less in delivery fees when you support directly the restaurants.
Not everybody does that, though. I mean, like Olive Garden, for example, which is the second most popular restaurant in the country. Right now, the most popular restaurant is Texas Roadhouse, believe it or not. They've surpassed Olive Garden for the first time in 20 years. Olive Garden's been number one.
Okay.
When you go to Olive Garden, you can order on their website and then they deliver it to you, but they're still using Grubhub.
Well, it's probably two things with that. So if they still using a delivery app, either A, they don't have their own drivers, which I'm really pushing for merchants to, now it's time to change the game. When these gig apps came to these restaurants, they say, look, we're going to do this, give us a commission. But the whole part of this, they never wanted you to go back to having your delivery drivers. That's why they made it so convenient, quote unquote, convenient for you to stay with them. Now that drivers, it's too many drivers on the platform. They're not making enough. So what they
you don't make anything.
They've been stealing.
No.
But wait. They've been stealing orders from the restaurant. So I can come in and say, okay, I have an order for Paul. You okay, confirm the order in front of me. This is what the restaurant is telling you. Okay, confirm the order in front of me. You confirm the order. But you have so many bad apples out there that go outside to their vehicle and say, this was no tip on this order. I'm hungry or I need to feed my kids. We're going to have a good lunch or a good meal.
Yeah.
Or dinner, And so now they do whatever in the app. And now the order bounced back to another driver. So here come Micco. I come into the same restaurant. Oh, I'm picking up an order for Paul. Paul, we just gave that order to a driver 5 minutes ago. Well, here it is on my phone, right? So now they're like, well, we're not making that order. That order becomes questionable for payment with the delivery apps because they're like, okay, look, when the customer call in and say, hey, I didn't get my order, give me a refund or a credit, because they had to refund or credit that customer. Now that order, I don't care if you put it on your spreadsheet, I don't care what you did. Now they don't want to pay you for that order because they had to give back a credit or a refund to the customer of what the driver did. But if the driver was paid a decent base pay and a tip, times out of 10, that driver probably wouldn't even took the food. Let's just keep it real.
Well, I've driven for Grubhub and Uber Eats myself, just goofing. I wanted to see what it was like. I try to do everything at least once just to get the good feel for it. And I signed up for Walmart Spark, where you deliver groceries because they do it themselves. Mm-hmm. But what I found is that you never win as a driver. You really just get ripped off the whole time.
Yeah. It's on purpose. It's on purpose because they know that and I'm talking about the delivery apps know that if they oversaturate every area with drivers, they know at any moment in time a customer places an order, they want that order delivered. And they don't care about you making your weekly, daily goal, monthly goal, whatever you have.
Yeah.
They want drivers to deliver these orders, whether it's going 1 mile to 50 miles away. And do you know these drivers take these orders? I can't believe it. I don't, but can't believe it.
Yeah, I got stuck with a Spark order the other day that took me all the way up into Missouri. This is the first time I tried it before. I didn't like it. So I tried it again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, thinking, well, maybe I just had a bad experience. No, the second experience was worse. You know, because I'm trying to see what these people go through whenever they're driving these things. And I'm like having to take this order all the way up into Missouri. Well, they gave me 30-minute window to deliver the order, and it's a 27-minute drive. And I had to deliver another one first before I could deliver that one. So it expired on me. And I was hot. I was not happy about that. It's like, you didn't give me enough time to deliver this. Why did you give me the two orders with one that's going to take all of the 30 minutes to deliver it?
Well, I'll say this. Now, customers don't know this.
Yeah, they don't.
But as drivers, what we try to do with groceries is a little bit different. Let me talk about food for just 1 second. So with food orders, for any driver that's listening right now, and you're a new driver or you're a seasoned driver and you haven't been making any money, what you want to do is you want to have $2 per mile. Now that's for us, the drivers, right? Customers don't know that. They can care less. They put a tip on there. They paid the fees. They want their food. But if you can look at an order comes to your phone, and if it's an upside down order, which is high miles and low pay, then you don't want to take that. Now, they have different tiers, right? So I could talk all day about this, but they have different tiers where if you drop below a certain percentage, then you get all those you get crappy orders anyway. But you know, you're going to get a lot of those upside down, low tip, no tip orders, because guess what? These customers are paying these fees, and the companies feel like, hey, well, they paid us our fee. We did promise to, I don't care if it takes 40 minutes. We promised them that their order will be delivered. Now, me as a driver looking at these orders, I'm like, okay, I'm not taking this. But as you decline an order, your acceptance rate is going down.
Yeah, the
right?
Grubhub has an acceptance rate, and mine's through the floor because I just didn't care. Because again, I was testing the system. I wasn't actually trying to go out and earn a buck at it. So, my acceptance rate is terrible.
So,
which means I don't get any orders unless there's no one else in the area.
Right. And so they do that on purpose because they're trying to control you and bully you and make you take these orders. And we're not employees. And that's what these developers forget to.
Well,
they don't realize that we're not employees.
This should open up everyone's eyes. The federal government allows you to deduct 85 cents a mile for business travel. 85 cents. It used to be 50 or 55 cents just a few years ago. 85 cents a mile. That tells me that if you got to be at double. It's just like anything when you're in the restaurant business or anything. If it cost you $10 to sell this trinket, then you need to charge 50% markup, at least, because you need that 10 yourself, because it's going to, the back end of it, the administration of it, and keep the people employed to sell it is going to eat away at that. What is the food cost got to be at 2% or 10% or something like that when you open a restaurant?
It really depends. I was a ghost kitchen and mine was a little bit different. My setup was a little bit different. I sold donuts, right? I sold gluten-free donuts.
Nice.
And so if I bought a box of donuts and I got them wholesale for like $5 a box. So I can charge, maybe $3 to $4 per donut in that box. Yeah. And maybe it was 6 donuts in that box.
Yeah.
So if I pay $5, then of course I'm getting a profit of whatever it is amount in that box with $3, right?
Yeah.
Per $3 or $4 per donut.
But you still got to pay for the counter space. You still got to pay for the website space. You still got to pay for the order taking. You still got to pay for and then you have to pay taxes on the money on the back end.
Right. But the thing is with the restaurant, when you have like condiments such as, believe it or not, lettuce, pickles, this and that, that's when it becomes different, because what people try to do, especially, and I'm sorry to bring Subway in again, you can't, if you say they put 3 pickles on your sandwich and you see you want more, now you got to pay for pickles because they can't give it to you.
Yeah, it's past their food costs, so you got to pay. Which, but it's justifiable because it's costing them money to do it. So, I don't quite think it's a bad thing, but at the same time, it's people don't understand. The general pop doesn't really understand how businesses run and what every little thing you do. You turn around twice and it costs you $2. Exactly. It's like my setup to do this podcast is well above $5,000 to $10,000. That's what it costs me to set this up and do this professionally. Do I make any money at it? No, it's okay, fine. But it's what I do. It also, I use this same setup to do my voiceover work, which I do make money at. But every time I turn it on, there's something wrong. Like we had some technical problems today before we got on air. And I had technical problems the other day before I went on air the other day. And so what happens is I have to spend 30 minutes to an hour fixing the technical problem, figuring out what it is, tracing my wires, going through the software, resetting, blah, 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 blah. And that's money because it's taking me longer than it should.
Well, what I want to say to the listeners, if you are a driver, if you are a customer, if you are a merchant, and you work with these delivery apps to make money, to buy your groceries, to buy your food, or to sell your food or your groceries, you need to come to No Customers, No Business on YouTube, where you will have the tools, the resources, education, and the awareness to be able to save money, make money. And if you care about your profits, you need to cancel your contracts with these delivery apps because they don't care about no one but themselves.
Right. Now, so you had made your own delivery app. Is that what it was?
No, I don't have a delivery app. The information that's in each of my videos, that's a person that I kind of like collab with. He has a business where he helped drivers get their own local deliveries. Like, he works with them. And so that's his information. Driven Wild Joe. His name is Joe. Driven Wild. And his YouTube channel and Patreon channel should be in the description of most of my videos. He's really good with trying to help drivers. But you know what I noticed, Paul?
Yeah.
Most drivers, they want to make money and they want to be their own boss. But when you start saying, hey, well, I can help you get set up with doing this, but it's an investment. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. So they rather take the $2 orders, $3 orders from these delivery companies and complain, but you don't want to have your own local delivery business. I don't understand that.
Yeah, because it's work. It's actual work, and it's hard. If we don't do things because they're easy. We do things because they are hard. That was taken, Kennedy said that, and it was taken from another writer, which can't reference right now in my head. But that's the way life works. So whenever you had your ghost kitchen, and so what happened there?
So I never got paid with DoorDash.
They didn't write you one single check?
No. So, and I didn't have a ton of orders, but that's besides the point. if I completed these orders for these customers, I should have gotten paid something. And even though, because you have to realize that, I was in a detached garage with my ghost kitchen. I had to pay for the tablet. That's understandable. I had to pay for the Wi-Fi. That's understandable. But why should I have to? Now, I had to pay for promotion, which I didn't really do that much because I'm new. I'm not going to be on the front page of the
What was
website.
their reasoning for not? What was their reasoning for not paying you?
So they said that it was because all the fees I had to pay. So not only just the commission, I had to pay for the tablet fee, the Wi-Fi, and the promotion. And by the time they took all that money out from each order, it left me with zero.
Oh, man. So it's kind of like a multi-level marketing kind of scam.
Oh my gosh. I kept going back and forth with them via phone and via email for like a few weeks. And by the time, like that last phone call, I said, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Because I would get a new person. So it's not like you're talking to one person and you call them back and you get them at the extension. Business. No, you're talking.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
have to tell the whole story all over again.
I hate that. IT support's like that, and you have to force them. Man, I got so many stories about that. I didn't have to pay for my Cox cable telephone and internet for almost 6 months because of that. I told the girl, the 14th person, and fortunately they were out of Wichita, Kansas. But I told the 14th person the story, and I'm like, just boot my modem. And she cussed me out left and right. Well, what she didn't know is that her company was recording the call. So when I called back in, her manager pulled the recording, and she got fired, and I didn't pay for my cable bill for 6 months.
Oh, wow.
But, that's what they should do. They're Cox. It's the one company that lives up to its name daily. That's what I say. That's what they are a lot of times. And I hate having to deal with them. But, they're like the electric company. You don't get a choice. You have to hook up to this electric company. You don't get a choice, and they do whatever they want. And it's kind of like with these apps too. What are you going to do? You have to go on all the apps if you want to get enough orders, probably, to be able to do anything. I mean, what's the solution? What's your solution that you're thinking of?
Well, I don't want to talk too much into it because I will have a live for the week of the 13th. So October 13th, October 15th, and October 17th, I will be going live. It's a 3 video type of thing where I'm going to be telling them different steps. I can tell you the titles. So the first title is pretty much cancel your contracts. Do not renew your contracts. They're coming out with new contracts where, and I'm going to tell you this is exclusive for you, Paul.
Okay.
DoorDash wants 70%, 70% of catering orders.
What? No.
That's all I'm going to say. I want people to make sure they come to my live on the No Customers, No Business channel, October 13th.
You're going to go through the contract.
Eastern Standard Time.
And you're going to go through the contract and show them what they're doing.
And I'm going to talk about that, yes.
Yeah.
And then another, on the 15th, I'm going to be talking about becoming a shop and deliver model.
Do it yourself.
No. So grocery stores and retailers such as CVS, Lowe's, Walgreens, those are shop and deliver merchants on these delivery apps. They don't have a commission. They never had to pay a commission. Yet they still get their orders delivered.
Yeah.
And the only food major chain that never had a commission and they get it delivered by everyone is Raising Cane.
Really? They're out of Springdale.
A lot of people don't know that. That's
interesting because they're down the street from me. Their home office is here.
Yeah.
Where I'm at.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Who knew?
So, yeah. So on
Well, he's a really
October
good.
15th, I'll speak about that.
That guy is a really, really good business operator. I mean, we've got so many down here in the South. Zaxby's, Raising Cane's, and
Yeah, they have them here in Orlando. I pick up from them
15
often.
others.
Not
and,
a lot, though.
And, this guy has worked. He was on national TV about 2 months ago and did a whole 30-minute a segment on what he's got going on. And I'm like, how in the heck did he manage this? So he's really, really good at what he does. And he might be somebody to pay attention to is how Raising Cane's does business, because they are they're doing exceedingly well right now.
That's why I'm going to use them as an example.
Yeah.
Let me just finish this right quick. So on the 17th, which is that Friday, I'm going to be talking about leverage. See, a lot of these merchants that's been on these apps for 12 years or less, they have leverage. And I'll be talking about that on the 17th of October.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Tell Walmart no? No, you're not going to do that. You're going to be like, okay.
Well, I'm about to shake a lot of stuff up. Now, I am just one voice and it's just one channel. People come to YouTube, but they may not find my channel. So that's why I am stepping into being a public speaker, because
Nice.
I want to get to tell a lot of people what they don't know. It's so many people out there that just don't know this information.
No, they don't have a clue how it works. And it's actually sucks. Be honest with you. I'm not a fan of the back end of the delivery models, of the delivery apps.
And it's about to get worse.
I've never had a good experience doing it. It's always been, nah. I'm glad I don't have to worry about that all the time. For real.
It's about to get worse.
It's not good for the people in the back end. Because I think about, I got wear and tear on my car. I got, time away from my family. I've then got to wait for the next order. And by the time I'm done, I've worked 4 hours and I've made $20. And it's like, no,
pretty much.
This is ridiculous. Absolutely. So spell your YouTube channel out so they can type it in their browser and go to watch it.
Yes, thank you. So it is No Customers, No Business. So it's N as in Nancy, O as in Orange. Customers with a S, N-O, and then business. So No Customers, No Business.
All one word, right?
And actually, if you do no space, customer space, no space, business, it actually should pop up. It's
in the YouTube
I
search.
like when I for the YouTube, yes, it should pop up.
Very nice, very nice.
And I'm on the road to getting 100,000 subscribers.
Nice.
So I know I'm just getting started. So
yes,
I got a long way to go.
Well, feel free to share today's episodes with them so that way I can get a few of those. Just seeing.
Yes,
I'm just kidding. I host my podcast on Substack. So my Substack is Paul G. Newton on Substack. And that allows you to read all of my fictional works. And you get to also listen to this podcast. Now, we also do another podcast called Things I Want to Know with Andrea. And we talk mostly these days about true crime, which is just what's very interesting to us. And we've got a case that we're working on out of Bella Vista. Oh, my gosh. You have no idea. It's this crazy world of just no one can figure out who did it. And I think we have an idea, but we don't know exactly. And we're going to talk about that. If you want to support me and my show, please do send me money. That's what I'm asking for. No, I'm just, send me money. But if you want to buy something instead of just sending me money, go to paulgnewton.com, paulgnewton.com, and share this podcast with your friends. I'll see you later. And thank you for listening.